Alright, now I will be taking out the gearbox of the M249 saw. Now that I've gone over the basic stuff, so the saw. If I did not go over anything on the saw, just send me a message. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Alright, so what you want to do is expose the gearbox so you can see it. There's something easier you can do than just lifting this cover up, so that, as I said before, you've got this pin you can take out. Just pull it. Take out the top cover. Whoops. You've got your pin. Just put it in there. And also don't forget that, where'd it go? That, spring you've got in there, and which is right here, sorry, your spring, and the bullet thing, whatever you call it, it's metal too. I just keep it in one pile. Alright, since you've got that off, you are going to want to take this charging handle off. So by doing that, you will need an Allen wrench. Get the right size. Pretty sure you can find them in your toolbox. Just unscrew that screw right there. Find the right size. Just pull it out. Put it in a nice neat pile. You know where everything is. Then next you just slide this off. Very simple. Okay. Got that off. Now flip this to the side. Alright, so next thing you want to do is take out these two pins. But first you want to, going back to the barrel, you're going to have to take the barrel off. Both the inner and the outer barrel. Okay. Oops, wrong side. Okay. Now you take out this pin and this pin. Take the Allen wrench. Alright. Now that you finally got your 3 screws out, pick this up, get it standing. Looks a bit weird. Then you can just take out your gearbox. Simple as that. Yeah, you might want to help your wires through. Don't damage them. And then you'll see why I've got this string right here. Might be wondering that. I'll talk about that later when I'm reassembling the gearbox. Alright, just one moment. Alright, now I've got the gearbox, mechbox, whatever you like to call it. I've got the reinforced shell and a Dean's connector. Very easy to solder on. Maybe I'll make another video on how to solder those. Then yes, that's practically it. But I've never ever taken the internals out. I bought a new whole other gearbox with better internals, which include an ultra tough classic armor gearbox frame set before, an upgraded 8mm bearing bushings, a system of tappet plate, high speed gears, high torque motor, a metal spring guide, polycarb piston and piston head, 16 AWG, low resistance wire, and a pro shim job. I don't know how you do that, but I bought it from this buyer on eBay. Have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Not guaranteed that I can answer all about internal questions. But if you flip it over, You can see you got your gears there, and then some guns when they're new, you've got this really cheap grease in there. Is right here. With the old one, this is the old one, new one, old one. The old one that had a lot of grease. It was just disgusting. You just get a cotton swab or some, yeah, cotton swab. Just swap it out, take it all out. You don't need that. Alright. Lastly, you've got your spring in there. So what you want to do is, you see this? You pull this that way. And then, it's hard to do this with one hand. Hold on a second, let me get a view. Alright, so sorry about this. Okay, what you want to do is pull this back, hold this here, make sure this isn't spring out at you. So you push this forward into the gearbox, pull this thing back, and this will just come out, help it through, and there you've got your spring and your spring guide. Just metal, so forward, and how they put it back in, it's gonna be a bit hard to put it down again. Okay, so you've got your little tab right there. You gotta push it back up, hold it there, all the way back up, make sure it's there. Otherwise, the spring will catch onto it. You won't be able to move it. So, you just feed it in. Make sure it's all the way in. And then, get your spring guide, obviously. Make sure it's in with the spring. Push it in. And then let go of this tab once it's nearly in. Just push it in. You hear that click, and it's all the way in. That way, you know, tune. It's all fine. Alright, that's it. Now, how to put the whole thing back on. But first, I'm going to be talking about how to take the stock off. For those of you who want them off, I don't know why, change out stocks. The pair one's cool. But yeah, whatever, you just screw this knob off. Alright, you got that. And then you got this pin, you just pull it out since you're taking that other one out. And then if you just want to take it off like that, it's good by me. But if you want to take the whole thing off, then you've got another pin right there to take off. For some reason it's very hard for me to take off. I don't know why, but it just is, either me or for everyone else. Okay, so you just push it back in and take this, screw it back on, then you're good to go. Alright, now you've got your gearbox put back in. Whether it's wired to the front or to the back, you've got to help them through, otherwise you're going to damage it. So, for those of you who have it wired to the front, good for you. I've got the video on here. You've got to help the wires through, so you've got to feed it through there. Oh, no, you can't see. Yeah, you can't really see it, I'm sorry. Here you just feed it through. Just take one moment.